Hello there. This is Ron Wills, author of Nice Guys and Players, Becoming the Man Women Want, and also its follow-up, Sexual Chemistry, Nice Guys and Players Level 2. Oh man, yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video, nearly a year, but just been busy and just really trying to put out a quality blog and all of that good stuff, and just got stuff I gotta deal with. I'm just like everybody else. Alright, so anyway, one of the things I've done recently is finally get my two major books. I got other books, but my two major books up on Kindle, Amazon Kindle, and the links for them are in the description box below. So I have Nice Guys and Players on Kindle, and also have Sexual Chemistry on Kindle. Now, I wanted to do this video to really discuss Nice Guys and Players, the whole concept behind it, and why it's different from other books that are on the market, other videos that are on the market. You're not going to get too many perspectives that are the same way. You might get something that's a little similar here and there, but it's just a total difference. And I mean, the main thing is just the perspective of where I'm coming from with Nice Guys and Players. It's not about game. Let me just get that out of the way. I remember I did a seminar way back in 2002, back around when the book first came out, and during the seminar, some gentleman, he actually stood up and said, I think he agreed with like one thing in the book. I can't remember what it was, but he said I didn't give any lines or anything like that. So he didn't like the book. And I've had a lot of detractors who didn't feel like it fit into their definition of game. I didn't give any techniques. I didn't give any pickup lines, anything like that. Well, that's because it's not about game. That's the first thing. I'm really anti-game. Now I could give you some, shall we say, underhanded tricks, but I'm not going to do something like that. That's not me. That's not me. So, I mean, first thing, get that whole game thing out. Nice Guys and Players, if you're a person who's looking for some game techniques or some tricks or anything like that, do not pick up my stuff. And tell your game playing friends don't pick up my stuff. It's not going to do you any good. That's the first thing. Now, one of the things that separates Nice Guys and Players from other books, other blogs and stuff like that, I don't talk a lot about approaching. Because first of all, the perspective is one of drawing a woman to you. Because one of the first things I talk about in Nice Guys and Players is that women choose the men. Now, this is something a lot of men understand, but I don't think they understand the real concept behind it. It's not see, a lot of men will say, well, women are the ultimate choosers. No, they're the first choosers. See, the thing is, a lot of men, they will chase after women who have not chosen them, who have not shown any interest in them. They think they can win them over using some techniques, or they can talk to them, or flash some money, whatever the hell they're doing nowadays. It doesn't work like that. The thing I talk about in Nice Guys and Players is, first thing, women choose the men, and then how to recognize that you're chosen. And that'll become apparent as this video goes on. Now I'm going to try to keep this short. People remember, like, at least one of my videos from last year. I can just go on. And keep in mind that long ago, before these videos were popular, I was doing seminars where I can go 3 or 4 hours easily. So, but I'm going to keep this around 10 minutes. Try to anyway. But that's the main thing. Nice Guys and Players, it starts off saying women choose the men, and then how a man can recognize this, and then the rest of it is what's going to draw the woman to you. And this is very important, because it's different from other approaches that says, quite frankly, to approach 1,000 women, 100 women. No. A man needs to get himself to the point where attractive women are going to choose him, and they will choose him. Trust me, if someone were to follow what I outline in Nice Guys and Players and also Sexual Chemistry, they will get more women in choosing them than they realize, and I'll explain that in a few moments. If you really look at why a woman is drawn to a man, there's going to be several reasons. I mean, a lot of the more popular things is security, he has some money. One of the main things in Nice Guys and Players, which very few people got, even people who like the book, very few people have talked about the really underlying premise of Nice Guys and Players, and that's becoming sexually empowered men. Basically, Nice Guys and Players is how to get sex, and how to draw a woman to you sexually, how to get a woman to choose you sexually. And it's not a thing that you do any specific techniques. The whole thing with Nice Guys and Players is you becoming a person where you in a sexual state of being to the point women are going to be drawn to you like a magnet. It's all about sexual magnetism. It's a point, if someone were to follow what I say to its ultimate degree, they can go into a room dressed any kind of way, sit in a corner, and still draw somebody over to them. Yeah, it's that deep. And it's really, well, from my perspective, easy. I know some people are like, Ron, that's science fiction. That doesn't happen. That's because it isn't that experience. That isn't their experience, rather. But, my experience is it happens all the time. I mean, I'm going to use myself for an example. I'm a 50-year-old man. Yet, I have women, young girls, young enough to be my daughter, constantly coming up to me, starting conversations. I mean, maybe even granddaughters. I just recently had a high school kid say hi, and I'm like, oh, I know some dudes like that, but I prefer women closer to my age. Here's the thing: you want to get it to the point, develop to the point where you are consistently chosen. That's the whole key, and that's what I talk about. And I talk about the traits, because it's not something that you have to do. It's something that's so much a part of you that it radiates from you, even when you're not thinking about it. You want to get to the point where you're taking out the trash, and somebody driving by like, damn, he fine. And it's not even I've talked in a video last year about, sex appeal and, Trump and looks, money, and game. If you have that type of energy, it draws women to you. Now, let me explain the nature of sexual magnetism and sexual charisma. Now, for a woman, for her to be sexually magnetic, it means that she's receptive. She's receiving. If you really pay attention to women who are very sexually charismatic, have a lot of sex appeal, they are very receptive to men. Like, a man could approach them, she's not going to bite their head off, and she's going to have a manner that's, shall we say, amenable to somebody talking to her, and she's going to be comfortable with her own sexuality. In fact, she'll be the type who will even enhance her sexuality, but she will still be receptive. Women in nature are magnetic. They draw a man to them. Think of it like the egg in a woman. The egg cannot leave that woman to go out and get a sperm. It has to draw somebody to him. So the woman will always be receptive in that manner. Now, men, our sex appeal is not in our magnetism. Our sex appeal is in our power. See, women are magnetic, but men are electric. Women, they look for a man with power. They look for a man who can electrify them. They look for a man who can energize them. That's what draws them to a man. When they out here looking, women are always checking out a man. Always checking out a man. And what they're checking for, they're not really checking for like how tall he is or how handsome he is. I mean, yeah, they say that on the surface, but really they checking for one thing. They checking for how much power they feel when they are around them. They checking for power levels. See, the thing that turns on women sexually the most It's not a pretty set of eyes or a square jaw or big chest. It's what those things represent. Power. You know, they say, you know, you see those cases where maybe a man isn't, you know, he might be overweight, he might be short, he might not fit the stereotype of what is commonly called an alpha male. But he can draw women to him like crazy. That's because if you pay attention to him, he has power. He moves with power. He suggests power. That's the thing that gets women. Even if they ain't necessarily like their physical type, they're drawn to that power. You know, women focus on that. Now, what I tell you nice guys and players, like I said, I don't want to, I've actually gone a little bit longer than I wanted to. I tell you nice guys and players, check them out, check out my blog below, check out my website, check out my other stuff, because I drop some gems in my other books too, but check out, especially on Amazon Kindle, Nice Guys and Players in Sexual Chemistry. What I tell a man is, I don't give him tricks. I don't give him game. I tell him how to have power. And some of that power is sexual, some of it's knowledge, but it's power. That's what gets a woman's panties wet. That's what brings her an orgasm. That's what I'm giving you with Nice Guys and Players. That's the perspective I'm coming from. I don't have time for tricks. I don't have time to remember anything. And increasingly what I'm finding out is a lot of men out there don't have time for that either. They want to know how they can get women. And really, the same way you get women is the same way you just succeed in life. Power. You know, that's it. Nice Guys and Players is about power. That's the Nice Guys and Players perspective. So thank y'all for listening. I'm gonna do a little bit better with videos this year, because quite frankly I'm tired of writing. I mean, I like writing the blogs and everything, but you know, there's only so many ways I can tell you to hit the gym. So anyway, I want to thank y'all for listening. Check out my books, check out my blog, and I'll holler at y'all bammers later. Peace.